Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we start our FA Cup campaign, Where Eagles Dare. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode number 10 of Where Eagles Dare as we manage Crystal Palace for the FM26 Beta Save. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we start the episode with an FA Cup third round tie at Pride Park against Derby, and then we have a trip, should I say, to the Stadium of Light as we face Sunderland in a Premier League match day 22. What's been going on since you were last with us? Well, we are into the transfer window, and we're getting all sorts of inquiries and offers for our players. The latest one has been for Ismaila Sarr from one of the Arab Emirates sides, and we've thwarted it. He's not happy, and we've basically had to say that if they come in with a bid for 65 million, we will accept it. So we've put our heads on the chopping block. So we have begun looking for the potential replacements for Sarr. He's still away on international duty, I think. Yeah, he's still away. There he is down here, look, international duty. Ismaila Sarr, they've upped it. It was around about 53 million, I think it was, and they came in and we sort of bumped it up to 65, and they backed off. So I'm quietly confident that we may hang on to him until the summer, on the basis that they don't come in, but never say never. So we are looking for replacements for him, and he is due back fairly soon. He's on the international duty. Doesn't tell me on here when he's due back. I think he's due back in about a week. So we will have him back. As I say, we are having a look at other players to replace him. The other person that has had an offer and backed off at the moment is Mark Gahey. Having said that, we have offered Mark Gahey a huge wage rise. I think we may have mentioned it in the last episode. We're still waiting for him to say whether he accepts that or not, and it might punch a bit of a hole in our wage budget. But he's a player that hopefully we will hang on to. We want to hang on to our best players if we can. Uche is back from his international duty, so he should be available today, which is good news. Let's have a quick look. Last time you were with us, we played Newcastle and Aston Villa, strangely enough. So he's back-to-back episodes. Nothing has happened in between, as say, apart from that little bit of transfer activity. That's pretty much all that has been going on. So it is a trip to Pride Park Stadium in Derby for this one. Ismaila Sarr, as I say, is away on international duty. Should be back very soon. Riyad is out with a hamstring. But apart from that, we have a full squad to pick from. And I'm not thinking of rotating too much in this particular game. And here is the side that will face Derby County in this FA Cup third round tie. Henderson continues in goal. It's Mitchell, Richards, Canvot and Guy, our defensive line. Hughes and Lerma are our defensive midfields. Kamada, Uche back from international duty, and Pino are our attacking midfield. Mateta leads the attack up front. On the bench today, it's Benitez, Guy, Lacroix, Doucouré, Devane, Manus, Esse, Wharton and Nketiah. And here we are at Pride Park for the FA Cup. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 today. Brewster leads their attack, and we're also playing a 4-2-3-1. As the teams come out on the pitch, they'll be playing in their traditional white tops, black shorts, and we're playing in our home kit today. Derby getting us underway. Brewster starting us off. And early doors, Uche has picked up a yellow card, which isn't good. Playing with an orange ball today. And Kamala winning that ball back. Uche out to Mitchell. Mitchell round his man, drops his shoulder, crossed this ball in. And I think it was Mateta who his shot was blocked. And a chance goes by. There is a counter-attack on. And Brewster still going. We've got to need to be careful. And he's had a go. And I think he's gone for a corner. We will see the corner. Clark to take the corner. This is the FA Cup. All things can happen. And Canvot. Well won by Canvot. Going forward. He's going on his own. Canvot. And he's been tackled and the ball taken away from him. It's gone for a corner to ourselves. Guy to take the corner. We've not Wharton on the pitch today. Kamada. It's saved by the goalkeeper. Guy is still out there. Guy round his man. Pulls it back, but nobody there to pull the trigger. And the highlight continues. Canvot. Obviously a potential banana skin this one. We have given away. Mateta tripping one of the Derby players. It's chipped in. It's headed on. And Henderson gets a hand to it. But I think it was an offside there, to be fair. It was. And Henderson to Hughes. And it's out here. Kamada. Uche. Uche cuts inside. Lerma. He's playing in defence today. Or is he? No, I think I changed him, actually. Canvot came on. He were originally going to play him in defence, but that ball not going anywhere. Zetterstrom in the Derby goal. Launches that one. Lerma. Pino. Pino goes around his man. Pulls it into the area looking for Uche, but didn't get there. Ball comes through to Pino. Pino now. Mateta. Pino goes for the post, but misses it. And I don't think we're on dynamic. No, we're not. But the highlights do seem to be continuing. Zetterstrom launching this one. It's headed down by Uche. Pino. Back heel to Lerma. As we look for a way through. 22 minutes on the clock. Mitchell crosses it in. And Uche puts it wide. We've been quite productive in this so far. We just haven't put our chances away. We have a free kick now. 25 on the clock. Hughes with the free kicks. Chipped in. And Canvot gets a header at the back post. And it says from Will Hughes. I'm not sure what happened there. Was it Hughes that took the free kick maybe? It was Hughes. I thought... quite sure who it was. Is that? We'll see it again. Hughes... And he's gone for the back post. And Canvot completely unmarked. And all he had to do was direct it into the net. 1-0 then on 26 minutes. And I guess we've been without Sarr and Uche. Oh, it's come back off the crossbar and it's fallen to Mateta. And Mateta doing his poaching that he does, and he's tapped that in for a second goal. And this is an angle that we've not seen before. Mateta getting ahead to it. And it had gone across the line completely. The goalkeeper puts it out, but Mateta put it back in anyway. But it was across the line in the first place. And half-time has arrived. It's a 2-0 lead at half-time. And we've been good. We've had 17 shots, 6 on target. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target. 2.34 we've got, and 53% of the possession, as I was saying. I guess we've been without Sarr and Uche for a period of time. and it hasn't hurt us that badly. We've still got the results, driven out the results, just the depth in the squad. But I guess if they do go, we could just still bring in some players. It's just we haven't probably been as clinical as we are when we've got Sarr and Uche in the side. Anyway, half time, it's 2-0, and can we go on to get a fourth round tie? We'll find out. And Mateta getting us underway in this second half. Uche. Well, we've gone past the hour mark, and we've not had another highlight in this second half yet. We've increased the number of shots and also the shots on target, but we've not actually increased the scoreline. It's time possibly to make some changes. We're picking up some yellow cards as well. So we need to be having a look at this. All right, who's not performing? Pino's not performing. We have got SA, and I think we'll bring SA on for Pino. Yarami, of course, we've got in our back pocket. He's coming soon. Kamada wasn't performing particularly well earlier, but he seems to have sort of settled down a little bit now. And we're having Nketiah that we can put out there. Decore will probably come on. I'm thinking maybe we take Lerma off and bring on Decore in that midfield as well, just to stop him as he's got a yellow card. Right, that's the changes we're going to make for now. Just those two changes. Decore on for Lerma, and SA is on for Pino. See if we can get a highlight. Would be very nice. Changes have now been made. Decore only can play 45 minutes, which is why he sat it first half out. And a bit of glitchy there, but Uche firing that ball out wide. It's gone glitchy again. Looking for SA, but didn't find him. Hang on a minute. Matete. Not Mateta, but Matete. Not to be confused. And Clark comes on. We don't want to give a goal away, not a ball away. Oh, Armour is in, and Armour scores. He's their top scorer, and he's got one back on 77 minutes. That makes it interesting. It was well worked, and the FA Cup being the FA Cup, they've put themselves back in the game. Maybe some more changes coming. And indeed, I'd rather not have had a highlight, as the case may be. Right, Kamada's going to come off. We're going to bring on Nketiah for Kamada on that left side. Who else do we need to bring off? Everybody is playing quite well. Decure's not done particularly well since come on. Neither has SA. So it's feels like changing for change's sake. We'll just do that one change then, as it is. Nketiah on for. I probably shouldn't have taken Lerma off, as he was on a 7.19. Yeah. So Nketiah on for Kamada then. And we will have a word. I want you to see this result out, but don't let that pressure affect your performance. I think that's a good shout, actually. Let's get back underway. Nketiah straight on. And they have a throw in. Let's hope this isn't going where I think it is. Adams, Matete. And it is going where I thought it was going. Rian Brewster gets the equaliser. And, well, looks like, as it stands at the minute, back to Selhurst Park. But is this going a one-way track here? In as much as headed on. And, well, I don't know. 5 minutes of injury time at the end of this second half. A draw is on the cards at the minute. I think it's draws. We don't go to penalties, do we? They have a free kick, and we are in the 6th minute of 5 added on. And I think it's gone to extra time. Not seen this before. It is extra time first, I think, in which case it will be penalties. Right. I don't think anything's going to happen until I address the team. It is extra time, so it's going to be extra time and penalties then. Right. I don't like what I saw from this team. We've caved in. Guy is, I think we've still got some changes. We might even get an extra one as we've got extra time. So we need to have a look at that first before we go to extra time. Right. Guy is going to be replaced by Manus on that far side. 3 of 5 subs. I don't think we get an extra. I thought we'd get an extra substitution, but it would appear not. Right, I'm thinking Richards can move out for Mitchell, who is tired. He's had a good game out there. So we're going to move Richards out there. Mitchell is going to come off for Guy to shore up that defence. Try and stop them coming through again, if at all possible. All right, I think that is all our changes made, unless we get an extra one. Can we do a team talk? We can. Your defensive performance is unacceptable. I think that is very, very true. Right, attackers. You've not been good enough in front of goal. Midfielders, you've not been good enough so far. Get it together. And defenders, you've not been good enough. So get it together. Right, confirm changes. And we are ready for extra time. Let's get it underway. And they start the extra time. We've made our changes. A game that we had put to bed and we've let them back in, which is very poor. So no replay in this. It will go straight to penalties if we don't succeed here. Manus, Uche through to SA. SA puts it in the bottom corner. And I don't know why Uche doesn't get the assist for that. We have gone back in the lead on 98 minutes. Uche, unless it come off a defender or something. No, SA. I would have said Uche had the assist for that. And he puts it away deftly. Right, we're going to go down to positive, because I'm just conscious that if we're at their door all the time, do they get in? Let's hope that doesn't bite us in the bum either. I mean, we've had 30 shots, 13 of which have been on target. For goodness sake, Manus. Can we get another one now? Kill this game off. Manus. Mind you, 2 up, I thought we'd killed the game off. Cambot. Manus drops his shoulder. Goes on a bit of a run. SA. Manus again. Manus just needs to cross this in. It's come back and cleared. 1 minute of added time at the end of this first half of extra time. And I think we're still in that first half. We are headed back. Nketiah. Uche. I thought he'd lost the ball for a minute, but he's managed to retrieve it. Uche round his man. Pulls it back. Nketiah looking for a way through. Nketiah puts it in the back of the net. It is 4-2. Surely we have killed Derby off now. Or have we? Uche does get the assist this time. Nketiah back to goal. Just swivels his way round. In fact, got a bit of a deflection. But it all counts. And second half of extra time is underway, I think. Oh, no, that was the restart. That's the end of the first half. Mateta gets us underway for the second half. And we have to hang on to this now. We have a 2-goal lead again. Richards chips this one in. Of course, I think off the top of my head, we are cup holders, aren't we? So we were looking a bit desperate there, going into extra time. This ball out. We'll check in a minute to see if we have any more substitutions we can make, because I'm pretty sure we do get one with extra time. Nketiah, Doucouré, Manus drops his shoulder in for Uche. Uche has a go on his own. It's come back off the post. Looked like it had gone wide, but Mateta tripped in the box there. And they come back on a bit of a run. I'll tell you what, when they counter-attack, crossed in, headed away. We've managed to get it away. Uche to SA. We're now on a counter-attack, and the SA is failed by Matete. All right, let's have a look and see whether we've got any more substitutions. We have one. It says 1 of 5. Have we not made 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's probably 1 of 6. We can make one more change then. Who will we change? Do we take off Uche, who's had a fantastic game out there? SA come on and he's now tired. Or do we take Will Hughes off and bring on Devarney or Wharton? I think we are going to take Hughes off and bring on Wharton. Right, that is our final change. Can we make it? Oh, we can. Now, this is a novelty. See the game through in the timeout. That's a novelty. Maybe they fixed something there. But we've been able to do that in the team talks where we haven't been able to do that previously. Right. As we approach the end of the game, 1 minute of added time at the end of this extra time second half. It's all over. And we have seen them off eventually. 4 goals to 2. Canvot on 26, Mateta on 43. We were coasting at half time, but Aramu and Brewster getting Derby back in the game, brought on extra time, and it wasn't until SA in 98 and Nketiah in 107 minutes that finished them off. 33 shots, 15 on target, 3.75 against their 14 shots, 6 on target, 1.16. That's a lesson of when to change your defence and when not to change your defence. But we're through to the 4th round. Well, I've had a look at the ratings for the team, and to be fair, we seem to get a lot better when we brought on some of the irregular players, and maybe it just was a mix. The rotation mix didn't quite, and I mean it should be that we can rotate and be as good as we are when we've got everybody else in. There we go, our result in there after extra time. Millwall went to extra time to beat West Ham by 2 goals to 1. Luckily we didn't succumb to Derby on that basis, and Wolves getting knocked out by Charlton 3 goals to 1. Aldershot Town beating Stoke by 1 goal to 0. As we know, the FA Cup can be a little bit of a leveller at the best of times. So that is today's results. It is, if we can go to the portal, it is 6 days down to the game against Sunderland in the Premier League match day 22. We'll come back just ahead of that with some news. Well, we're going to come back for one bit of news. This news item has just popped up. Mark Gahey has agreed terms on a new 4-year contract worth £29 million. He's increased his wages to £110,000 a week. So we have guaranteed him he's not going to get schmoozed away. We have had a bid for Le Creux. but it didn't meet the minimum requirements. They didn't allow us to negotiate, so we have rejected it, and Lacroix is okay with that, because he did say, we understand that the offer is lower than the bid. I think the overall, including extras, was more than what our value of him is, but the minimum didn't really meet, so we've rejected the bid, so he's okay with that. Right, still a few days down to the game against Sunderland. We'll be back ahead of that with any more news. Well, you come back and join me on match day, and as you will see, transfer window in full swing, and it's causing us all sorts of problems. Lacroix is upset now, despite us saying, or him saying, that he was happy. He's now complained because we turned down a bid, even though it wasn't meeting the full requirements. So he's a little bit upset. We've put a marker on him for, I think it's 50 million. So if they come back with 50 million, Lacroix could be on his way. But Nketiah could be on his way as well. This is non-negotiable. And that bottom line for me isn't quite there. We're about 10 million short. The minimum I want is 42 million, really. But I can't turn it down. If I turn it down, he's going to get upset. So Nketiah could be on his way out of Crystal Palace. But what we have done is we've gone in search of another youngster. And this guy, Jayden Dans, if we can bring him up, if you do a comparison with Eddie Nketiah, there we go. Now, this thing always confuses me, but looking at it very quickly, I think Eddie Nketiah is in green and against the blue. So it stacks up pretty much. If you look at the attributes, the technicals, they do differ slightly. I'm just wondering whether I'm reading this right, actually. Let's go back a bit. Jayden Dans, free kick taking. Can I go back? Free kick taking is 12. So it is Jayden Dans. Right, we have got it right then. Okay. We can't see that now. Select Eddie Nketiah. So it is right on the attributes. So it should be the right way round, which means on the technicals, Jayden Dans comes out pretty even with Eddie Nketiah. Set pieces, he's slightly better. Mental average is about the same. Physicals, he's slightly less. His jumping reach is higher, but he's a little bit less natural fitness, pace, stamina, acceleration, agility, stuff like that. But I guess that he's a bit younger as well, so he's got time to build that up. So we've put a bid in anyway for Jayden Dans, and hopefully that will come off. The bid is 16.5 million up front, 5 million in 2 installments of 2.5 million, and then it's a 2 million after 50 league games, a total of 23.5 million. I mean, Eddie Nketiah, if we go back a stage, Eddie Nketiah, the bid in for him at the minute comes to 61 million. So 47 up front. So I think we've pretty much covered ourselves. We will come out with a slight profit on that one. So that is what's happening in the transfer market. Let's go and have a look at the team that will face Sunderland in this Premier League match day 22. And actually, what I wanted to do very quickly was just to see where we are in the table. We're third in the table on 43, because I don't think we've looked at it this episode because of the cup match. Sunderland are down in 19th place on 15. They've won 4 matches, drawn 3, lost 14. So a big chasm between us. But can we put a bit more pressure on the top 2, Liverpool and Newcastle? Let's go and find out. And this is the team for today's match against Sunderland in the Premier League. Henderson continues in goal. Richards is in to give a little bit of a rest to Mitchell. Gahey and Lacroix back into that central defence, but how long that partnership will survive, I don't know. Gahey, of course, will be here for a little while. Lacroix may be on his move. We are looking at some replacement defenders. News about that coming up in possibly in the next episode. Manus, he's out on the right. Wharton and Lerma are our defensive midfield. It's Kamada and Nketiah, who could be playing one of his last games for us in the behind Mateta. Pino out on the right. As I said, Mateta up front. And then on the bench, we have Benitez, Mitchell, Guy, Canvot, Devane, Doucouré, Klein, Hughes, Esse. I'm not sure why we've got Hughes on the bench, actually. Do we need to change Hughes out? I think we do. Who have we got that we can replace Hughes with? That is the big problem. Sarr still on international duty, as you will see from that. The problem is players to replace him coming up from the bottom. There isn't a lot there, is there? It may be that we just leave Hughes on the bench. It might just be that we don't actually play him. Uche is injured. He's got a cold. He's going to be out for a few days. Yeah, I don't think we've got any others in that midfield, sort of defensive midfield thing. So we're going to have to ride this out if we see. Devane is there, and we've also got Canvot. I think we're just going to have to leave Hughes on the bench. He isn't 100%. Back to full training tomorrow. He would be all right as a last resort. And here we are at the Stadium of Light. They are playing a 4-3-3 today. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. We are in our away kit, hence why I've changed shirts. We are in third on 43. Sunderland 19th on 15 points. As the teams come out on the pitch. Sunderland are playing in their red and white stripes. We're playing in our gold colour today. And Mateta getting us underway for this first half. Richards going on a bit of a run. Richards with a throw in. 2 minutes on the clock. Nketiah. Say could be playing one of his last games for us. Mateta through to Kamada. Kamada in an open net. And Roofs come out for that. And I'm not sure what was going on. But Kamada puts it away. The referee is going to VAR. But it said that it's a goal. So it's a goal. Yeah. Not seen one overruled yet. There's the ball being played by Mateta. He's well onside. So having opened the scoring on 3 minutes, we get another highlight. Richards, Wharton and Gahey moving the ball around. Another player that may be on his way out, Lacroix. Manus comes forward. Manus inside, cuts inside, has a go on his own, but this time it's over the top. Throw in Richards on this side. 9 minutes on the clock, nearly 10 minutes. Wharton, caught a deflection, and it's gone wide. I think it was Nketiah in that last highlight that flicked it on. Lacroix comes forward. He's gone on a bit of a run. Back to Manus. Lerma is on the inside. Wharton. Lerma. Nketiah through to Mateta. And it's back of the net. Not literally back of the net. Richards again with a throw-in. Liverpool leading Burnley 2-0. Burnley, of course, on the bottom. And they will remain there. And they're coming forward. A bit of a counter-attack here. But... and it's gone wide. They have a corner. Granit Xhaka with the corner. Swung in. It's headed away by Lerma, I think. Lerma gets a boot to it. Cuts out the attack. Manus forward to Nketiah. Nketiah over the top to Mateta. And he's missed again. Mateta missing quite a lot today. I'm not sure what that was all about, that highlight, but we've got a highlight. Richards, Wharton, back to Richards. Nketiah. Nketiah! Nicely curled, but unlucky. And if Nketiah goes, those are the sort of creative moments that we will miss. I can understand why Manchester City want him. Gahey, Pino out to Nketiah. Nketiah, that's way off target. Roofs goes out wide to Kamada, inside to Gahey. Lacroix, 43 on the clock as we approach half-time. Manus, be good to go in 2 up at half-time. Oh, Nketiah was caught in the tackle, lost the ball, but he's won it back, and that's what he's good at. Nketiah around his man, he's been brought down, and I think it will be a penalty. And we'll see who takes it. Mateta is the man, I think. It is a penalty. And it's Mateta stepping up. It's been known to miss them, but not this one. And Mateta makes it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. 1 minute to be added at the end of this first half. Top corner. Goalkeeper went the right way, but thought it was going low down. It didn't. It went high up. And half-time has arrived. We've had 10 shots, just 3 on target. Again, not prolific. Like to see 50%, as you know. 1.92 on the old XG. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target. 0.21 and 40% of the possession. We need to be a bit better in the second half and not do like we did against Derby. Cave in. And Sunderland get us underway for this second half. 2-1 win earlier in the season. And the first highlight of the second half, 47 minutes in. And the highlight is with Sunderland. Elise comes forward. And we've seen this before. Diouf. And he scored. And once again, half-time comes, we seem to almost relax and it all goes a bit wonky. And this ball through to Diouf. And Diouf just flashed it wide of Henderson. I thought it had missed for a minute, but And with 65 minutes on the clock, we are going to look at some changes. Mateta, I'm going to just change him to a target forward up front. It's one of his supposed to go to things. So Pino, again, not playing particularly well. Andy Wharton isn't playing particularly well out there today either. Right. We've got SA. We've got Klein is a defensive player. Richards is playing well. Defence is playing reasonably well. Right, so Pino not playing particularly well. Let's see what our options are. With Uche injured, well, he's got flu. I'm just debating whether... Let's just take that back a second. Let's just see. SA, is he... He's not particularly good in that middle bit. I was just thinking about moving Eddie Nketiah out to the left. Kamada out to the right. Let's do that. Nketiah to the left. And then what we'll do is we'll take Pino off and bring on Devane in that slot behind Mateta and see if he runs off him. I think that is pretty much our only change. The only other person that's not playing particularly well is Adam Wharton. And we could bring on Doucouré for him. I think that's what we'll do. So Doucouré on for Wharton in the midfield. That's our two changes for now. And more chances, but we've not hit the target, and they're through again. Diouf, we need to stop them. More people coming back. Mateta coming back into defence now. Who have we left forward? Devane is forward. On the counter-attack, Diouf is in, and Diouf scores again. And we've done it once again. And, well, I have read some other people experiencing similar things. Play perfectly all right in the first half and then go to sleep in the second half. It's an FM26 trait. They have a throw in. It's 83 minutes on the clock. Let's hope this isn't going to be a hat trick. We need to turn up the gas pilot. That's headed back, but given to them, and danger ensues again. This time it's blocked, but for how long? And it was Richards got a boot in and puts it out into touch. I'm thinking we'll see. No, we won't. Right. This is ridiculous. We can't keep doing this. We keep giving away. Manus is tired. He's going to replace. We're going to replace him with Klein. Give Klein a bit of a run out on that side. Mateta as a target forward probably isn't the thing to do. Maybe we go back, put him as a centre forward. Seems to be his chosen. And we'll have him as a tracking centre forward out of possession. What other changes do we need to make? Doucouré's on, Devane's on, and Nketiah's gone out wide. Not seem to have done anything since. I think that's pretty much all our changes at the moment. We've got one stop left to make. Let's have a team talk. There's no mention of scoring a winning goal. Show everyone why we're expected to win this match. Yeah, indeed. And we are 4 minutes of extra time. This is going to end up as a draw. Not the result we wanted. And indeed, it is a draw. We've thrown away a 2-goal lead once again for the second match in a row. And we need to try and establish what the problem is, because it really is not good enough. We've had 18 shots, no shots on target in that second half, 2.32 and 50% of the possession. They've had 8 shots, 4 on target, 0.75 and 50% of the possession. But Diop has put 2 away, and we're going to drop down the table if we're not careful. And to our final roundup, Manchester United drawing with Manchester City in the Manchester Derby. Chelsea beating Brentford 3-1. Liverpool beating Burnley 3-0. Sunderland drawing with ourselves 2-2, and that shouldn't have happened. Newcastle 5, Wolves 0. We're just not clinical. We're not keeping clean sheets. I don't know quite what is missing. We need Sarr back, that is for sure. Spurs and West Ham have still to play, and Brighton still play Bournemouth. So London derby and a South Coast derby there still to come. Those results will pan themselves out in due course. The table then at the end of the episode looks like this, with teams still to play. Brighton still to play. They could catch us. Well, say catch us. They could be just 4 points behind us. We're 5 points adrift of Newcastle now, 10 points adrift of Liverpool by virtue of 2 draws now in a row in the Premier League. That is not good down the other end of the table. Wolves are in 18th place on goal difference. Sunderland are in 19th place on 16 points. And Burnley 20th on 12 points, 4 points adrift of Sunderland. Right, we have news that we will be playing Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup. We're going to play one game offline. That's a game against Chelsea. We're going to come back for Nottingham Forest and Brighton, and then it'll be Nottingham Forest and Wolves in the FA Cup. I'm not quite sure when the Conference League kicks in again, but if that kicks in at some point as well, we will come back for that. I hope you can join me for the next episode. If you've enjoyed today's episode, though, don't forget, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Where Eagles Dare as they are released. Helps me out immensely as well by doing all of that. So thank you very much. And new episodes of Where Eagles Dare are released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. The best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on the channel, of course, is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. And you can watch my other series, which is the sort of non-league to Premier League type save, the Journeyman save. You can go and see that. It's To Be a Legend, and it's available on Tuesdays and Fridays. Hope to see you for the next episode, and thank you for watching. See you for the next episode, episode 11. It's out on Monday. Until then, have yourselves a great weekend. Bye-bye.